Here's one. This is from Ryan over in the UK. He says, hey man, straight to it. Was there any method behind you wrestling the tire? Plain black trunks, knee pads, and boots, or was it simply practicality? To this day, everyone else seems to go over the top with crazy designs. Big fan of the show. Hey, I got a big stronghold over there in the UK. I appreciate all you guys listening to the show, and gals, over there across the pond. You know, when I first started off in the wrestling business, my trunks were loud, and I wore long tights. And finally, you know, someone said, hey, Steve, your legs, probably your best body part. You need to show your legs. So I never did like trunks back in the day. So I got my scissors and I just cut them off. And I had those spandex shorts. And those lasted for a long time. And it was kind of a cool look, I thought, at the time for Stunning Steve. Kind of a, you know, guy with a little bit of a body, long hair, athletic build. And Terry Taylor, who I always respected in the ring, said, man, he goes, you need to wear trunks. You know, show off your legs, you wear trunks. And so that inspired me to get the trunks made that I got made. And I started off with some ugly-ass, different colored trunks. God damn, those things were hideous. But then I had a couple of good pairs with those plain black ones, you know, and I put U.S. Champ on there, or a Dragon Slayer, or Just Win Baby, which was an Al Davis Oakland Raider slogan. And so I remember when WWF hired me, and they wanted me to wear, you know, money green, emerald green singlets. And I said, fuck no, I ain't wearing no singlet. So I made my debut in that emerald green pair of trunks. But then I just said, hey, fuck this. These motherfuckers brought me in here to just be a mechanic. I'm going to wear whatever the fuck I want. So that's when I started wearing my black trunks. And then my Hollywood Blondes boots, the white ones with the star, wore out. And I replaced those with some black, as we would call in the business, shooter boots. They were kind of shorter than your average boot. And because my legs aren't particularly long, looked pretty good, you know, on my foot. So that's why I wore those boots. And then, you know, with the knee injuries came the black braces. And I wanted everything to match up, so I just stuck to plain black. If I had to go back in the ring right now, I would wear the same shit. But now, with the advent of all the different color combinations they have, that matte black, that flat blacks to that murdered out look that they always talk about when you put it on a car, I would go with the murdered out leg braces rather than the glossy black ones. That's the only thing I would have changed. And it turned out, to answer your question, there was... And it turns out, Ryan, to answer your question, finally that's when all the pieces came together. The Stone Cold gimmick came up, you know, the shaved head, the goatee, and the look. It just, that was the perfect look. And then I remember Terry Anderson used to make my all my ring gear. And on Twitter, she's redheaded. On Twitter, she's redheaded Stitch. And she made all my trunks. I only had a few pair of trunks. She made all my black vests. And she made that initial vest. It said Stone Cold on the back in black and white and light blue. And because, you know, that light blue was kind of cool looking, temperature based. And that was okay. And I had a pair of trunks made like that. And so then we said, no, let's just go plain black. And then I said, you know, what if we put a skull on this jacket? And those silver skulls and all that writing she made, that was done with melted glue. Now, I don't know how the fuck she did it, and she charged me way too much for it because her prices are higher than giraffe pussy. She must be related to Ted Fowler 361 down there at Ted Fowler Construction in Rockport, Texas. But anyway, she did great work, and she's a very dear friend. So, Terry, in the slim chance that you're listening to the show, you charge... Your prices that you charge are too high, but you do some damn good work, you and your sister both. And that was the look that worked out for me. And the beauty about always wearing black, you know, it can get dirty as fuck. And you always want to keep your gear clean, rinse it out in the sink, you know, every couple of days, depending on how long you're on the road, bring a couple of pairs. But it's just easy to maintain and easy to take care of, low profile. And that was the bottom line on my ring gear. I went from the wild, crazy shit to the basic black stuff. And to your point, to go back with the over-the-top crazy designs these days, it's like everybody's trying so hard to try to come up with something so fancy that that's what stands out. And it's like, man, you could have a 68 Corvette Stingray, and if you just paint that summit one solid-ass bad color, it's going to look cool as a motherfucker. Sometimes when you try too hard and make that thing 16 colors, it just ain't the same old, same old. You had a badass car and you fucked it up by making it too colorful. Keep it simple, guys. If it works for you, fine. But don't try to be, Liberace in the wrestling ring as far as the colored gimmicks that you wear to in the ring. Sometimes too much is too much. And as Gene Simmons would always say, keep it simple, stupid. I did.